Number 5 of Andy Jennings from Richmond, Indiana, starts on the inside lane. 85 is Phil Iliff from Portland, Indiana. 66 of Greg Isbell from Trenton, Ohio. 71 of Chris Jennings on the inside lane. The 14 of Brian Martin. There's Vester in the 31 at the tail of the field. Green flag, turn number 4, Vore's Welding and Steel Compact 20-lapper, brought to you by PGG Enterprises. Into the lead, the 44 of Stephanie Bigelow, but to the inside, here comes Teagarden. Teagarden can go up the banking and close the door. 3 and 4 wide, coming off of 2. How long will this work? So far, so good. They stay green to the front of the pack on the inside lane. 7th place starter, Bobby Smith. Smith side by side with Teagarden for the lead to the completion of lap 1. A cluster of cars at the front, and Smith will lead lap number 1. Teagarden second here, threading the needle. The 95 of Carrie Averill into the second spot. Averill up to second, on the move quickly. Top qualifier Rick James following him as Kyle Crump there in third and fourth. Crump to the inside of James for third. The 95 of Averill for the lead. In turn number 3, Carrie Averill to the inside of Smith. Bobby Smith on the high lane, all the way to the bottom of the track. Nearly 2 tires in the grass for the 95 of Averill. Crump and James battle for third. James might get boxed in now. Crump sideways, slides it into turn number 1. Takes third away from Rick James. The quick cars have made their way to the front in a hurry in this one. They started, the top qualifier did, Rick James in the 11th spot. The invert 11 for the race. He actually moved up 1 row, started 9th. He goes to the outside of Smith for second. Second place battle for Rick James. That battle is over. James has moved into the runner-up spot. Crump will take over third in this Vore's Welding and Steel Compact 20-lap feature. Lucas Oil Raceway for the Fall Brawl, brought to you by Seal Wrap Repair Tape. Crump for second to the high lane. Kyle Crump to the outside of Rick James for the runner-up spot. Side by side for second, 2 of the fastest qualifiers. Crump was third quick in qualifying. He won't stop there. He goes to the outside of the 95 of Averill for the lead. Plenty of room to pass for any division at this racetrack, but especially for these compacts. We saw him 3 and 4 wide on the opening circuit, and Kyle Crump is now out front. Crump into the lead. Rick James will take second. Also moving forward now, the 10th place starter, Jeff Shelmadine. Shelmadine fourth. Closes on Averill. Shelmadine into third. Averill back to fourth. Running fifth is Smith. 6th spot, Justin Brown. 7th is Isbell. He's moving up fairly nicely from the back. 43 of Bigelow. 71 of Chris Jennings, followed by the 5 of Andy Jennings and the 14 of Brian Martin. The 66 of Greg Isbell from the back of the pack into the top 5 now. Keep your eye on the blue and yellow 66. That 33 of Justin Brown, he has his hands full, nearly spun it in 3. 6 laps in, 14 laps to go. Kyle Crump's lead is growing on Rick James, and that brings the 13 of Jeff Shelmadine into play. Ran the street stock race, fell out before the end, and now he's moved forward from mid-pack to battle for second. 7 complete. Crump, 10-car length lead on James. James' car pushes up the banking in turn 2. Shelmadine to the low side. Shelmadine wasn't quite able to clear the 101 of James yet, but he is quicker. James fighting back in the high groove, turn number 4. On the front stretch at the line, James holds on to second. 8 in, closing on the halfway mark. Crump about to lap the first car, the 85 of Iliff moves over to the bottom. Shelmadine still fighting with James for second. Crump with a big lead, built up now over second and third. The lead at a half straightaway advantage And it will continue to grow as Shelmadine and the 101 car of James continue to go at it. Second, third, fourth, and fifth, nose to tail. The quickest of those cars might just be the 66 of Greg Isbell. Second, third, fourth, and fifth, those battles continue. James holding on to second. Shelmadine still trying low on James. Meanwhile, Crump nearly building up a straightaway lead now. Isbell's taken fourth away from Smith. And now we'll work on Shelmadine. Past the halfway mark. 12 in, 8 laps remain. Isbell for third, nearly taking it from the 101 of James. Not quite yet, though, as James comes back in the second groove. James was quickest in qualifying yesterday, but not the quickest car here today in the race, and his car will push high off of 4 and allow the 66 of Isbell to clear him momentarily for the third spot. He does in turn 1. Slower traffic ahead for the 7 of Kyle Crump. It will be the 31 of J.R. Vester, the 24 of Aaron Teagarden, the 114 of Jennings, and the 44 of pole sitter Stephanie Bigelow. For second, Isbell, who was not here yesterday, started at the back. Carrie Averill off the pace in the 95. Carrie Averill and the 95 slows at the front straightaway, and it pulls into the infield. Straightaway lead. Straightaway lead for Kyle Crump, looking for a second Vore's Welding and Steel Compact victory. He picked one up when the winner was disqualified at Winchester on the Labor Day weekend. But looking to cross the line in first for the first time. 4 laps to go for the Brighton, Michigan driver. Shelmadine holding on to second, running third, Isbell. He's dropped back a little bit. Rick James, heavy smoke starting to come out of the 101 car, the Elyria driver. Rick James, former competitor at the Sandusky Speedway, slowing in front of Bobby Smith, and James maybe about to fall out of this race. Car really starting to give him some problems. Entering turn 3, clear track ahead for the 7 of Brighton, Michigan driver Kyle Crump. He leads at the 2 to go signal. 18 laps now in the books of this compact race brought to you by PGG Enterprises. 3 wide into the first turn. Cars that have just been put a lap down. Jennings, Iliff, and the 44 of Bigelow. White flag waving on Kyle Crump in the 7. James is still out there running, the top qualifier in the 4th position, with that smoke still coming out of his ride. But he's made it to the final circuit. Into turn number 3, the Optima Battery Dodge. Car number 7, a rookie on the circuit this year, rolls off of turn number 4. The Sunoco checkered flag waves in the air, and Kyle Crump gets his 2nd CRA Compact victory, coming across the line in 2nd. A battle to the line. Shelmadine takes it. 3rd place to Isbell, 4th place to James, and finishing 5th, the 77 of Smith, 6th to Justin Brown, 7th to Teagarden, as this one comes to a close.